Hello YouTube. This is Wendy from Language-Enthusiast. Today is miércoles. Yeah. Hoy es miércoles. Wednesday, July 31st. Okay, 31st. Is it okay? 31st. 2024. The weather, yeah, very, very hot, scorching hot outside in Nagoya, Japan. Okay, what I'm gonna talk about today. Okay, I look like a person who has a big breast. No, I don't, but because of the lens, I guess I look like that. But actually, I'm not. Okay, here I have several books. I have several books on the table which I borrowed the other day from the library. Okay, I borrowed 6 books because we can borrow at the as many as 6 books at one time. Okay, one person can borrow as many as 6 books one time, and I reserved 4 books. And since I only had 4 books, I had 2 more books I could borrow. So I walked around in the library, but mostly I always go to this section which has many English books or English related books like language learning books or something like that. Okay, and mostly English and sometimes foreign languages. Okay, and I happen to find 2 more books on the shelf. Okay, one of my dogs named Goro is walking around because I was putting on my makeup until a little while ago, and it gave him the impression that we were going out very soon, and he's quite excited still, and so it makes him walk around in the room, which also makes me feel a bit annoyed and distracted, but there's nothing I can do about it. If I turn on the not iPad now, iPhone, I have to speak. Okay, and 2 more books, right? And I happen to find this book. Okay, this book, and now I have the same one. Why do I have the same book? 2 books. Okay, this is the one I borrowed from the library. Okay, but to my disappointment, the CD, it actually is supposed to have a CD. Okay, but it says that the CD is missing, so someone must have lost the CD. So this book doesn't have a CD now. This is the place that the CD was supposed to be in, but there is no CD, right? But I really wanted to listen to the CD because this book is written by a college professor, university professor at Nanzan University. The university is in my city, Nagoya. Okay. Myself, I never been to university, but I always admire people who study languages at the university, and because I wanted to go to university myself, but I was already at the age of 28 when I got interested in English, and it had been 10 years since I graduated from high school. So ever since then, I didn't have any opportunity to go to university. Okay, some people, even in their 60s, okay, I will be 60 in 1 month though. Okay, some older people, senior citizens, go to university today, right? So, and because one of the, and just as I said, it comes with CD, right? And in the CD, okay, this book is has many famous speeches that all those famous people gave. Okay, like Mother, Mother. Oh my goodness, I forgot his name. Okay, like Bill Clinton and Martin Luther King. Yes, that's the one I wanted to say. Or, okay, any others, very famous ones. Okay. And some speeches are read by themselves. Okay. The CD contains all those speeches done by themselves. Okay. But for others, they can't use the original recording. So instead, one of the students that this professor taught, okay, one of his students is the one who recorded her voice in this CD, and I really wanted to listen to her voice or English because I admire Japanese people who speak their foreign languages fluently after studying from an adult, okay, or I'm not talking about those people who have spent some time in English-speaking countries. So that's why they can use their foreign languages quite fluently. I actually don't admire such people, even though some of them have a hard time adapting their life in their foreign countries, right? So I'm not saying that I don't admire such people. I pay respect to those people, but I pay more respect to people who have studied and have mastered their foreign languages themselves. Okay. So that's why. And in this book, he said that one of the recordings was done by one of his students, and she started studying English after. No, she is not the one who has spent a certain amount of time in an English-speaking country. No, she was born and raised here, and she studied English as a subject. And in university, did he say that? I get it wrong. He introduced another student. Okay, she loved English. Okay, she loved English. Her favorite subject was English when she was in high school, so she decided to go to Nanzan University, where he was teaching English in. Okay, and but when she entered the university, her English level wasn't very good, but in that university, many students who have spent some time in English speaking country, okay, those people also come to study at the university, and she was with all those such people, and still her English was not very level was not high, so she was struggling. Okay, and the professor, the author of this book, taught her. Okay, not only her but all the students, I guess, who were struggling with their English. He taught them how to study, like using very famous speeches, and he told them he told them to read all those speeches with emotion and while thinking about why they delivered their speeches and in what situations they delivered their speeches and what they were thinking about while delivering their speeches or so he told them to think about those things, not only just try to understand the meaning of English sentences written in those speeches, okay? Because the more you know about the speech, okay, and the more you pay attention to feelings, okay, those speakers, okay, the more you pay more attention to all the feelings of all those people who delivered these famous speeches, okay, their speeches actually moved people, right? Their speeches were moving, right? And when you feel moved, your feelings and the emotions were aroused. Is it okay? Aroused. So when you learn foreign languages, and it's best for you to make it personalized. This is something that I often hear. Okay, and why? Because if you feel emotion or if you are emotioned, it's best for you to make it obvious or you can easily remember, okay? So the professor told his students to read all those speeches with emotion, okay? And that student who was struggling with her student, okay, her English, okay, her English level, understanding of her English improved so much by repeatedly reading these speeches with emotion, okay. And without preparation, she took a test, okay, and by reading all those speeches, okay, her grammar knowledge also improved, okay, and even without any preparation, she got a very high score. She got very high scores at a test. It just shows that reading something with emotion is actually effective for your overall English ability. Okay, so and he was also talking about the other student, female student, whose voice is included in the CD of this book. So, but this book I found at the library didn't have the CD, so I decided to buy one. Okay, this one for myself. This is the second one, but the condition is very good. Okay, and I just imported the CD into my iPad just now, and I had the opportunity to listen to his students' English, and that was really fantastic. She sounded as if she were a British girl, British woman. Okay, I said a girl, but no, actually not. She's much older than a girl. Okay, she used to be his student, but when she recorded her voice into the CD, she was more matured. Like I don't know how old she was back then, but okay, he said in this book that she okay she used to be a college student, university student, and at that time she was just single, right? And after that, she got married and she gave birth to her child or children, and she spent some time in an English speaking country. I don't know where it is, but okay. And she has experienced many things, okay. And over the years, she actually has been using her English, okay. And now she reads she reads the same speech that she was reading when she was in university. And he says that it's very interesting to compare when she was still in university and now she's much older and she's matured, and now she's recording her voice reading the same speech. And so he says that it's quite intriguing, okay. Okay, and I listened to her recording, but I found a bit disappointing about the recording because her English sounds fantastic, as I said, okay, like I felt as if some native speakers were reading, okay, but I couldn't notice any slight, I didn't notice any slight Japanese accent from her English. So if she was sounding like she was speaking English with Japanese accent, even slight accent, I would be happy. I would have been happier. This is my personal opinion, and this is actually what I began to feel just recently. Okay, I used to be one of those people who really want to sound like American, okay, because it sounds just cool, right? Like kikoku shijo meaning someone who spent some time in English-speaking countries. Some people were actually born there and raised until a certain age and come back to Japan after many years, and so their first language might be English, okay. In this case, they can speak just like native speakers because they are native speakers, right? And I tended to admire such people just because they sound great, they sound beautiful, they sound cool, authentic. But now I have a totally different idea of how I should sound. I used to be told, one of my teachers who was Japanese, okay, he said that my English sound very bland, okay. My earth sound especially doesn't sound like the authentic R, and it made me feel so bad, okay, so sad, and it made me feel that I might not have the authority to speak English because my English doesn't sound like native speakers, very bland. But at the same time, many years later, I was told one of my English teachers, who was from Australia or New Zealand, he told me that my English sounds very clear and easy to listen to, and he cannot categorize my English in anywhere, okay. He said that my English sounds very unique, and I took it as a compliment, and I was quite happy to hear him saying so, okay. And now after many years even, and now I'm pretty confident that Japanese speakers, or it could be said to other non-native English speakers, though, okay, as long as you can make yourself understood perfectly, okay, or even 80, more than 80% or so, then your English is okay, okay. And if you want to grow, if you want to do more practice to make you grow, it's okay. It's your business, okay. But if you can make yourself understood now, then your English is okay. And if you sound like, if you're speaking English with your own accent, like from your country, others who listen to your English would guess where you are, then I think it's even better because it makes you who you are. And I cannot change that I'm from Japan, right? I should be proud of myself being as Japanese, and I really want to speak with Japanese accent, and I wouldn't care if I was told that my English sounds a bit bland or more bland than native English spoken by native English speakers or authentic American English. I wouldn't care because that's not the most important thing. That's not the point, okay? Rather, I really want to improve my spoken English so that I can express myself more smoothly, okay? So, and anyway, I was really interested in this author's students because they are Japanese and they study sincerely. They study English sincerely, seriously, right? I don't think I'm trying to emulate. Is it okay? Emulate them or compete with them? Yeah. Yeah. If I say that I'm not totally, I don't mean to compete with them. If I say so, maybe I'm wrong, I'm lying, okay. Partly, yeah, I feel the sense of, I mean, I can't explain it. I cannot make the sentence, but I feel a bit, I mean, actually, yeah, they are my role models, actually, okay. And I really wanted to know what kind of English they speak. Okay, this is my biggest interest somehow, okay. And but that's not because I want to compete with them, okay. I respect them and I want to respect more. I want to respect them more, so I want to know more about themselves, okay? So that's the reason why I got this book by myself, because I wanted to listen to the CD. This one from the library, the CD is missing, so okay. And one of the two books that I happened to find at the library, except for all those four books, other four books that I already reserved. Okay, this one is phrase book. Okay, it has many English phrases that we have difficulty translating from Japanese to English. Okay. It's very interesting, but yeah, I borrowed this book for fun, okay? Yeah, because I sometimes get stuck while speaking English just because I don't know how to say certain things. I know how to say it in Japanese, but I don't know how to say it in English. So maybe this one is very helpful for that purpose. Okay. And the other four books, okay, were written by the same author. And why I wanted to reserve all those books, just because the author, okay, is someone that I had talked to on the net a long time ago, like nearly 20 years ago. Okay, I was talking about him somewhere in my videos, okay, but I don't think he's still in this world, okay. If he was alive now, he would be older than 19 years old. And when I look it up on the internet, okay, he used to have his homepage, okay, and he used to have many information on the net, but I couldn't find anything on the net anymore. And so it made me wonder or realize that he is no longer in this world, unfortunately. Okay. But now looking back, I was trying to learn English from him, and I happened to find his method on the internet long time ago, and I applied for his lessons. Okay. And at that time, I was a bit skeptical about his method. Okay, method. Even though I really wanted to apply for it, I wasn't 100% sure if it would be very effective. Yeah, effective. Okay, and so I wanted to see myself with my own eyes. Okay, and but now looking back, what he said was totally right and the most effective, and it's the most serious way of learning languages. Okay, but and so many people, this is the kind of the learning method that many people want to do because it takes time and practice. Okay, and you have to be very serious about it. You have to be very impatient about it. So many people who take it quite easy, or people who want to take a very easy approach, don't like it normally. But I'm not the kind of people, okay? I'm not one of those people. I'm a hard worker, and because I'm introverted, I think it is a lot to do with this. Okay, if I were more outgoing person, I wouldn't feel this way. Maybe I would try to learn English from friends, okay, while communicating with each other, okay, like survival English, street English, whatsoever, okay. But I'm a totally indoor type. I wouldn't mind studying for such a long time at home, okay. That was actually something that I really loved to do before, okay. And one of my favorite authors who wrote English, some books related to language learning, English learning, said in her book that she called that kind of attitude, okay, the studying style is kageben in Japanese. Kage means shadow, okay, or I don't know, hiding or something, and ben means studying, okay. You might guess already, but as you might guess already, but it means that someone who is studying English or whatever in at home, okay, in your room, I'm that kind of person. Okay, so that's why I until just recently, all I wanted to do was just studying all alone. Okay, using textbooks, and I spent many hours on reading textbooks and memorizing all those expressions and something. And I didn't care. I didn't care. It wasn't boring at me at all. But when I really want to be serious about spoken English, okay, I have to speak up. I have to speak. I have to have as many opportunities as I can speak. So that's why this is one of the things that I really want to do now to improve my spoken English. Okay, and that 25-year-old Japanese guy whose name is Naoya, from Naoya from Japan. Okay, I've been watching his channel, YouTube videos. Okay, just recently. Okay, ever since I got to know him, because he's working really hard, and I respect him. Okay, I respect his attitude toward his life and English, and so I've been paying attention to him. And okay, he says that in order to get out of his comfort zone, he really thinks that he really needs to speak more. Okay, and in order to do that, in order to speak more, he really wants to have friends, English speaking friends. Okay, and he even asked his viewers if any of them would like to have a language exchange with him. He said that if any of you wants to learn Japanese, why don't we have become a language exchange partners or something like that? Okay, so he obviously he was looking for English speaking people, right? Right. And it reminds me of something. Okay. Yeah. As I say sometimes in my videos, currently I don't have any friends now. Okay. I'm always all alone or with my daughter. Okay. I don't say that my daughter is my friend. No, she's my daughter. Okay. I'm the mother. Okay. Um, and all these years, I didn't think that I would need any friend because I love to be alone. Okay. And all my hobbies, when I do all my hobbies like reading books or watching YouTube videos and studying languages, I can do everything all alone. So I didn't need any friend. Okay. And since I'm vulnerable and I'm easily get hurt, I easily get hurt. I always think that being alone is much better and easier for me. So I thought that I won't, I wouldn't need any friend in my life. Okay, but I have attachment issues, and those people with attachment issues really want to get close attention to people and deep down. Okay, and I feel the same way. I need connections, I need affections, so that is why it makes me feel so sad if I can't get anything. Okay, such things. Okay, and someone from one of my he or she is one of my viewers, but that person asked me why I've never been abroad. Okay. Before that, I answered the person's question. Okay, when, where, how I started studying English, and I explained it. And in the comment, in my reply, I said that I've never been abroad, and I've never even been university or something like that. And the reply may must have made her surprised, her or him. Well, I don't know, but okay. And why do you haven't gone abroad? And it made me wonder why. Okay. Probably one of the reasons is that, number one reason, I have been a single mother all these years, right? And when I was much younger, I was raising my three kids, and I was just busy with my work and housework and raising my kids. Okay, I couldn't afford even to think about going abroad. Okay, and then I started having cats, stray cats, and at one time I had as many as 7 stray cats. It made me very busy. Okay, and after that, I was I still had some cats. Okay, and it made me busy. Okay, and but at one time, I don't remember when it was, but I was thinking of going abroad with my daughters, with 3 daughters, and I decided to teach them English so that they wouldn't get in trouble when they are in some other countries. Okay, probably I was thinking about some English speaking countries because I really wanted to try my English back then. Okay, probably about 25 years ago or so. All of my daughters are still in elementary school, and the eldest one, my eldest daughter was probably in her junior high already, so she was a bit too old to start learning English from me because she was already an adolescent, and she was a bit older, too old to learn from her own mother, because when you are a teen, um, it would be more difficult for you to learn from your own parents, right? You feel more embarrassed. Okay, you would be more shy, right? And so my plan was ruined. Okay, was ruined shortly after. So my plan wasn't successful, and I couldn't make the plan come true. Okay, um, but I was just back then I was thinking of moving to an English speaking country to start my new life there, but it would be very difficult. It would have been very difficult for us, all of us, because uh, they they were born and raised in Japan, right? And it's not that they love English, right? I heard some parents who brought um, who took, I don't know which, their kids to an English speaking country after they become a certain age, and it made them, it may actually, by moving to an English speaking country without any English knowledge, I mean, I'm talking about those kids. Okay, they have to go through some difficult situations, right? But after being an adult, they went through such difficult situations, and they became an English speaking people themselves, okay, and they are now feel thankful for their parents. But I'm not really sure if they are saying the truth or telling the truth, or because I've never been in their shoes. So, but it would be difficult for it would have been difficult for my daughters, okay, anyway. So I gave up the idea anyway. And after that, yeah, there were many chances that I would be able to go abroad, study abroad, if I was determined enough. If I had been determined enough, or if is it okay if I had been determined enough? But I was just lazy, and I was just making the same excuses that, like, I was busy, I was too busy, and I had to do this and do that, and I had my cats, and after that I started having so many dogs, right? Dogs, and I think that I was just scared to go there, okay, since I have this tendency called imposter syndrome, okay, and I always feel skeptical about myself, about my skills, about my ability, everything. Okay, I have this very low self-esteem, and my English is not enough yet. I'm not enough for everything, or something like that. So this mentality actually didn't allow me to be serious about going abroad or studying abroad. But now I'm more interested in homestay. Okay, I've been actually very interested in this homestay, meaning that I go to the English-speaking country. Yeah, any country is okay. In terms of English, I go to an English-speaking country, and so this reminds me that used to I used to have this dream, like while I was learning three languages at the same time: English, Spanish, and Chinese. Okay, I really wanted to spend each country like for 3 years each. Okay, for example, if I want to improve my Spanish, then I move to an Spanish speaking country for 3 years, for example, and then I switch to the country to an Chinese speaking country for the next 3 years or so. And in this way, I can learn the language firsthand, right? And probably during the 3 years, I can be a much better speaker, right? So I was always thinking about this vaguely in my mind, and I will be 60 now, right? Is it too late for me to start this? It'll take at least 6 years from now, and it would take more if I include certain amount of time for improving my English, right? And I've always wanted to experience a homestay program, okay? And especially, I like kids, and kids are very honest, right? Kids are very not crucial, cruel, right? So I speak to them, for example, if I spoke to them, they would fix my pronunciation, and because they are honest, they are very cruel, they are straightforward, right? It would be interesting. I think so. So I really want to experience this for one thing. And another, I really want to love to talk to older people because they are calm, right? Older people, elderly people, more calm and more and talkative. Okay, I'm talking about talkative people, and they are very enjoyable and fun. Okay, they love to talk, and I really love to talk to such people in English, and uh, and also impatient people, not impatient, patient people, and with good heart, okay, friendly and open-minded, patient, genuine people. I really want to make friends with those elderly people, and I want to listen to them, talking about them, and I really want them to listen to me speaking or talking about myself in English. And so I really love to talk to both small kids and elderly people, or some people or women around my age. Okay, we could share many things, I think. And so it would be wonderful if I could go to an English speaking country to spend some time or live with someone who are very, some people who are very fun to talk to. Okay, and I really want to go to any Latin American countries also, or Spanish speaking countries, and especially Latin American countries. I hear that people are very cheerful and easygoing and friendly, and so they hug each other very often, and they show their affections without hesitation, right? Unlike Japanese people. So, and I'm not good at showing my affections or enthusiasm, okay? But I really want to be spend time with them, with such friendly, open-minded people in Latin American countries, okay? But when it comes to physical strength and the mental strength of mine, I'm a bit worried about going abroad, traveling abroad, or studying abroad, or even having a homestay program, because I easily get hurt, and I feel easily isolated, okay? And I examine the situation thoroughly without me realizing it, to decide if this place is safe for me. Okay, I always think about protecting myself, and this is my nature, and so I cannot control this. Now I realize that this is typical of me, and I know that what makes me feel this way, or what turns me on, what turns me off, and what triggers my anxiety or something like that. So it's much better than before, okay? I feel much better than before in terms of this, because I understand what's happening to me. So when I begin to feel anxious, I always ask myself what triggered this feeling, okay? And I try to ask myself, and I try to tell myself that it's gonna be okay. Uh, it's totally okay for me to feel this way, because this is my own feelings. It's neither bad or wrong or something like that, right? It's totally okay for me to feel this way, but why do you think? What do you think triggers this anxiety? Triggered this anxiety, or what do you have in your mind? And in order for me to be totally honest with myself, because I always feel that I always believe that I should be the one who understands myself 100%. Okay, I don't need to reject myself. Yeah, I shouldn't reject myself, and all I need to do is to accept my own feelings, myself, everything that is happening to me. So now I know how to calm myself down. That's why I'm not taking things too seriously, or more as seriously as I used to. This is very good for myself. Okay, I'm learning how to control my feelings now, and I'm getting better and better at this. So maybe in the future, I could go abroad, or I could spend time with somebody. Okay. So yeah, I really want to experience homestay. Yeah, and I'm just thinking about this, right? I've been thinking about this somewhere at the back of my mind always, and I think it helps. This helps all the things come true. Okay, this is what I believe, and this is kind of a bit spiritual. So I don't think that many people would love this kind of idea. Some people might say that you have to take an action if you want to make your dream come true. Yeah, it's true, but I think that if you are ready, okay, if you are ready, or if everything is ready, it'll happen eventually. This is what I believe, okay? And yeah, I might sound a bit too passive. Yeah, I understand that. But still, I feel this way, okay? My hunch, okay? I have this hunch, okay? But it's not that I'm totally giving up everything, or I'm totally pathetic. Is it okay? Pathetic about everything. I'm quite positive about all the things. Okay. I believe that even though I'm vulnerable, but I'm worth it. I mean, I'm a worthy person. Okay. I try to believe this way. Yeah, where was I actually? I talked too much every time, and it's already 53 minutes, right? And there's another thing that I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I want to make friends, and I don't know how to find my host family. I should refer to some kind of I don't know, entity or institution or something. I'm not sure, but I still have two dogs, and they're still 7 years old and 6 years old, and I don't think that I would leave home, okay, for the next at least 5 or 6 years, okay. So, but improving your language skills is something that you can do alone at home, even in your country. So I make the most of my situation at the moment, and I try to improve my foreign language skills as much as possible. Okay. And I'm thinking of starting my Spanish spoken speaking practice very soon on this channel. Okay. At first, I think that I would be terrible. Okay. because it takes some time for me to come up with the right words and expressions, even in English now. So no wonder it should be much more difficult for me to speak Spanish, okay? But as I was talking about this woman somewhere before, I found this very attractive and wonderful woman, Japanese woman, in her probably 20s still, and she can speak fluent Spanish. She is now living in Mexico, and she is on YouTube also. She has two YouTube channels at least where she can do everything in Spanish, and she teaches Japanese, okay? And she's very natural and beautiful. She doesn't look like she is having heavy makeup or anything, but she's so natural. She looks natural and she has natural beauty, okay? Because she is beautiful inside, and so inside represents, okay, her beauty. Her beauty represents her inside beauty, and I admire that kind of people the most. Okay, they don't have any brand name products. They are not wearing like very expensive clothes. They are just wearing t-shirt and jeans, but they are so attractive and shining. They're beautiful. They are so natural. They look confident because they are confident themselves, right? So that kind of person is the one I pay respect the most to. Okay, I really want to be like that kind of people. Okay, myself. I don't have any brand name products because they are just too expensive for me to buy. Okay, and I don't have any expensive car. I'm not interested in such material things. Okay, I'm not a material girl. Okay, I used, yeah, I've been like this since I was very young. Like I was playing a keyboard in a band, and in those days, I wasn't interested in something materialistic. Okay, rather I really want to create my own thing. Like I sew my clothes myself, and I created my own bag by sewing. And so on my day offs, loved I used to love to go to a shop which sold um, cl- materials, okay, clothes, okay, just clothes, um, to make clothes. All those, I don't know how to say this, cloth, cloth, okay, and I used my mother's sewing machine, which is pretty old. Okay, it's very antique, and I sew my own clothes myself, and it looks cheap. Okay, cheap, but I was satisfied with it because no one was wearing my the same clothes as mine, right? So that's why even now, I really want to be unique. Okay, I don't want to copy others. I really want to be my own life. Okay, unique life, and I really want to be special to some extent. Okay, not compared. I'm not talking about someone else, and I'm not talking about comparing myself to others. Okay, and I want to be just special, and everybody is special, right? Because everybody is different. In this sense, everybody is unique and special, only one, right? So that's why I don't want to copy my favorite artists or Instagram influencers, or no, I'm not totally interested in that kind of thing. But I really want to, I really admire people who can speak more than 3 languages, and they actually studied the languages, their languages, and they improved their languages themselves. Okay, those people are the ones that I respect the most, I admire the most. Okay, so that's why I want to be like them. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm still struggling and I'm still finding my way, but I think I'm on the right track. Okay, and I'm pretty confident that I will be happier. Okay, happier. And I was listening to one of my favorite YouTubers video yesterday. Um, this person I'm always talking about in my videos. Okay, Connor. Okay, I subscribe to his channel and I'm a member of the channel now. Okay, and he published his latest video yesterday, and I was the first one, I guess, to click on the video, because as soon as I got the notification that he had just uploaded his latest video, I opened it. Okay, anyway, and in the video, at the end of the video, he always asks our viewers one question at least, okay, for our speaking practice. And the topic was that if you were given one wish, what would you wish for and why? And he gave us 1 minute to talk about it. And first, he showed his example answer for 1 minute, and then he let us speak by saying that push yourself. Okay, they talk as much as possible for the entire minute or something like that, the full minute or something like that. And I was just cooking at that time, so I had to stop what I was doing and try to use the full minute to answer my question. And my answer was that if I were given one wish, okay, if I were offered one wish, what would I wish for and why? Probably I wished for I mean I really want. I wished for a longevity. Is it like a longevity? Since I've been trying really hard to improve my foreign languages, and foreign languages have been always my passion and interest. Okay, and especially after having my colon cancer operation back in 2020, now I realize that being healthy is my number one priority, because if you are healthy, if I'm healthy, I can do whatever I want. But if I'm not healthy, I can't do as much as I want, right? So I put my health, I don't know, put my health on the top of everything. Okay, so I wished health. I wished for health, and so that I can enjoy lots of things in the future, like going abroad, studying abroad, having time with friendly, open-minded, nice people, and so that I can communicate with them in English or in my foreign languages. And I really want to see myself speaking fluently in those foreign languages in 3 years, okay, it's a pretty near future, right? So that is why I wished for health. And why? Because if you are healthy, you can do whatever you want. So Connor's lessons are very good, very fantastic. Good is a very ordinary word, right? Fantastic, extraordinary, because every time he makes a video, he gives us a chance to speak or talk about some kind of topics, okay? You listen to all those language learning YouTube videos, right? But most of the videos don't let us speak, right? All you need to do is just listen, right? It's too passive. So you really need to be active, and because unless you are active, you become active, you cannot improve your speaking ability. That's what I feel strongly. And so input is very important. I still spend much time just inputting, but I really have to speak more. So I'm thinking of buying a wireless mic for my iPhone, and wherever I go, whatever I'm allowed to speak to myself, I'm thinking of speaking in English all the time, okay? And I record my voice, and I really want to review, to give myself feedback. But if I spend 12 hours speaking to myself, I would need another 12 hours to review, right? It's not very constructive, because you have only 24 hours a day, and I'm not an exception. So I have to be creative when it comes to managing my own time, right? But I really want to speak more, to practice, to make it my second nature. And I'm thinking of studying my Spanish speaking practice also, very near future. So I really want to improve English first and foremost, more than anything at this stage. So I really want to make the most of opportunities, not only the time when I'm driving in the car, when I'm recording in my car, but also while doing some other houseworks, okay, to make myself speak, okay, to force myself to speak in English. This is also something that the 25-year-old guy named Naoya said in the second latest video. Okay, he said that he talks more, right? And so that's why when I was listening to him saying that, it resonated with me, and I really want to talk more. I really want to speak more, okay, to get used to speaking English itself. Because when I think about all those native kids, whether it be English speaking kids or Japanese speaking kids, all the kids just keep talking, right? Non-stop for about 12 hours a day at least. They sleep longer than adults do. So when I think about this, they would spend at least 12 hours a day talking, and they don't hesitate to talk, right? That's the key, I think. That's the key to improving your language skills. The more you talk, the better you can get at it, and your speaking abilities can get better. Okay, so that's why I really want to talk more and I only have this opportunity to speak officially in front of a camera, but this is not enough at all. At all. I really have to spend more time. That reminds me, Naoya said that when he was in Canada for a year, he was able to speak English more easily back there. Okay, but it's been about 1.5 years since then, since he came back to Japan, and he realizes that his English is getting rusty. And so that reminds me, and when I heard him talking about that, since I'm never been abroad, oh really? I thought I was like, oh really? If you go abroad, it can make you speak more easily. Oh really? Because I've never been abroad, I have never experienced this myself, right? But when I think about myself, I was talking about this sometime a little while ago. Okay, I happened to find my own recording back in somewhere between 2015 and 2017. Okay, 2017 is the year I started having my dogs, and I was busy with taking care of my dogs. Okay, so I basically stopped practicing English and everything related to English. Okay, but little until 2017 I was still struggling, and and 2018 I took the step test first grade, and I was able to get the highest score. I mean, in my history. Okay, in my history. So I was still studying English back in 2018, but okay, somewhere between 2015 and 2017, I was really into improving my English ability. Okay, not only speaking English, but also reading ability and writing ability also. Okay, to pass the test. Okay, and I listened to those recordings I did back then, and I was quite surprised because I was speaking English nicely. Okay, and I actually didn't imagine that I would have been speaking. No, this is not the right. I didn't, just before I started listening to all those recordings, I didn't think that I would be speaking that nice, okay, that smoothly, that enjoyably, and I got shocked, actually, to tell you the truth, and I was jealous of myself, okay, in the past, because I was using some words and expressions that I totally forget using now. Okay, where did those expressions come from? I just wondered while listening to my old recordings. Okay, and I was speaking more smoothly. Yeah, I got stuck many times, and there were many times that I couldn't find the right words and expressions and phrases, but I sounded very cheerfully and happily, and I was quite enjoying speaking in English. But back then, how did I feel about what I was doing? I actually wasn't confident at all, and at one recording, I was listening to it to the end, like it was a 20-minute recording or so, and the entire time that I was listening to the recording, I was quite impressed by myself. Okay. um, yeah, I'm not saying that my English is perfect or something. No, totally wrong. But I was quite enjoying speaking English, and since I listened to it for the first time in many years, like 8 years or so, I totally forgot, or I was oblivious to what I was talking about, what I had been talking about back then, right? So to me, everything was kind of new to me. I mean, when I listened back to it about 2 days ago, okay, 2 or 3 days ago, I was totally oblivious to what I had been talking about. So I was quite refreshed. And so the information that I had in that recording was totally refreshing to me, and I was quite enjoying listening to it. And at the end, what I did in the recording was that I just finished it abruptly, all of a sudden, by saying something like, "No, I hate this, I quit," or something like that. It just showed how stressful I was back then, right? Well, speaking in English. But to be honest with you, I didn't sound like that at all. I sounded like I was quite enjoying speaking in English, and that was quite okay. Uh, and if there was something that I would want to tell myself in the past, okay, and then I would say that, no, don't worry, your English is okay, okay, it's not perfect, but you are quite enjoying. I can feel that, or something like that. Okay, so and I stopped improving my English, and it's been about several years, right? And my English actually got rusty, and I didn't realize that. Okay, and back in 2017, I went to my last English school, and I was there for about 2 months or so, and but I couldn't understand English spoken by one of the teachers, or my teacher. Okay, back then the teacher was from Australia, and I couldn't understand Aussie English at all. So I decided to quit, because that was the lessons, and that was the course of lessons which was designed to improve the students' speaking ability. Okay, but I had to take all my energy to listen to what my teacher was saying in Aussie English. So I thought it would be as effective. I didn't think that it would be as effective as I thought it would be. So I quit. Okay, and at that time I wasn't confident with my English at all, and I told about it to one of the school counselors, okay, who is actually the wife of the Australian guy, my teacher, okay. And she said something like that, you must not realize how good you are, or something like that, okay. Since I told her that I was not confident with my English, I didn't feel that I was able to speak English much, or something like that. And she said, you might be not realizing what you have, or something like that. And I didn't know what she meant, or I had no idea what she was talking about. But since I have a very low self-esteem, right, even now I don't think I can speak English very well. Some people might feel that I'm speaking English quite fluently, but probably this is something that second language learners, someone who learn the language as their second language or third language would feel okay. In my own language, my mother tongue, I can say more, right? I can say more, and I can sound more intelligent, okay? I can sound myself, I can make myself sound more intelligent, right? But when it comes to my foreign languages, I feel like an infant, okay? I feel like a child, right? Or an intelligent person, okay? Unintelligent, okay? Not intelligent person. And so that's why often it is often heard, it is often said, it it often says no it is often said that you shouldn't try to express yourself 100% in your foreign language, because it's totally impossible. If you can express your thoughts and ideas and feelings about 70%, it's okay. It's more than okay. So it shows how difficult it is for us, second language learners, to be able to express ourselves in our foreign languages, right? So that's why you shouldn't be perfectionist. You shouldn't try to make it perfect. So actually, what was I talking about? Yeah, my teacher, right? So my self-esteem is very low. And these days I get many comments saying that your English is amazing or very well. Your pronunciation is very, very well. And when I heard this, they made me very happy. But at the same time, no, I'm not that good. I tend to feel that no, I'm not that good. This just the typical of someone with imposter syndrome, because they tend to feel that they are just like a fraud. Okay, they are lying. They are just lying. Okay, they are not authentic enough. So they always feel this way. So basically, they are always not confident. They are not confident every time. But there are other people who are totally opposite. Like even though they are not good at what they are doing, but they believe that they are good at it. Okay, there are two types of people, right? It's very intriguing though, and I'm one of those people who have imposter syndrome. Okay, and so that's why I'm always skeptical about my abilities. Yeah, I part of myself believe my abilities or skills, or I don't know, possibilities, but okay, anyway. And talking back to the story about this 25-year-old guy named Naoya, he also seems not to have confidence in his English, right? And from the book, I was talking about these 4 books I reserved for the library, right? And the author, okay, my former teacher, okay, said in his book that you have to be very serious about the language learning if you want to really improve it. Meaning that if you're an easygoing person, okay, you can take it. You can take your language learning very easy. you cannot improve in a true sense, okay? Because if you are easygoing person, you cannot be serious, right? You are not meticulous about what you're doing, right? But if you really improve your foreign languages, you have to work hard. You have to be a hard worker, and you have to be particular about what you're doing. So it makes you worry about your pronunciation, your English, right? It's totally natural, right? So that's why if he's not confident in his English, it's totally natural because he really wants to grow, right? And he's not satisfied with his English. That is why he can work hard, right? If satisfied with his English, it doesn't make him work hard. So that's why sometimes I feel that I tend to be too anxious about my English, and this makes me lose my confidence. But it's like there's nothing I can do about this because the more I want to improve my English, for example, Spanish and Chinese, anything, the more anxious and the less satisfied I can be, right? So, how much? Yeah, 1 hour and 26 minutes, and I'm feeling a bit dizzy. I don't know why. Probably I'm very tired. Yeah, I was tired even when I started this recording. Actually, yesterday I went to bed pretty early and I fell asleep as early as I wanted. That was okay. But during the night, one of my dogs, the smaller one named James, suddenly started barking at nothing. Okay, about nothing. I couldn't notice anything. It was old dog. Okay, it's old dog, but he must have found something and he was trying to bark at it, and I didn't know what it was, so I had to close the shutter of my window, and it was pitch dark. Okay, but he still continued to bark, and it made me feel annoyed. But he was barking because he was scared, right? So I should have make him relieved, like speaking to some good words to him to soothe him, right? Yeah, I did for some time, but I couldn't put up with it any longer, and I shouted, okay, which is not a good thing for me to do for my dog, right? But I really wanted to go to sleep, but and I heard that if dogs become a senior, okay, they have Alzheimer's disease also, and in this case, they tend to bark even in the middle of the night. And since they don't get enough exercise, they are not tired enough to sleep, so they tend to wake up during the night, and they have nothing to do, so they had to bark at something. And if this continues for long hours, it would give the owners or family members, right? People, they would give them much trouble, right? And when I heard this, I was just imagining what it would be like. But yesterday, oh, is this the one they were talking about? I was like that during the night, and but shortly after, okay, he started sleeping, I guess. And this morning I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was still sleepy and tired. And actually, I skipped walking yesterday because I was exhausted, I was tired, I was worn out, I was dead tired because I was too excited to fall asleep the night before. I mean, the 2 nights before. Is it okay? I got more comments than before, and they made me happy, and they made me also too excited for me to fall asleep, and I couldn't fall asleep for about 4 hours or so, and it was already after midnight, 1 o'clock or so, and I was supposed to get up at 4, right? And I only had 2 hours, 3 hours, right? And I thought that I could stay awake until 4 o'clock. Then I would start walking my dogs. But I was really tired after all, and without me knowing it, I fell asleep. Okay, and 4 o'clock, the alarm went off, but I was really tired and I thought that it would be bad for my health. So I was really sorry for my dogs, but I decided to skip the walking, and I stayed in the house the entire day because I didn't have any appointment, and I tried to make my body rest as much as possible by lying, but I ended up waking up and doing some language learning also, after all, because this is what I love the most. But I really should care about my health after the operation. I'm not 100% healthy, right? Even though I pay more attention to what I eat, and I try to sleep longer than before to stay healthy. But okay, and so basically I was really tired. And this morning at 4 a.m., I didn't make up my mind to wake up or not, but I decided to wake up anyway because I skipped the walking the day before, right? Yesterday. So I really wanted to walk my dogs because it's good for them. And I woke up, and after that I tried to take a power nap for certain hours, but I couldn't fall asleep because I was too excited probably, and I was thinking about this practice, what I was going to talk about or something like that. Okay, and there were many things that I wanted to talk about, or I was actually thinking about in my mind. Yeah, I was thinking about in my mind, but once I start my recording, videotaping, I everything tends to slip away, right? Slip my mind. But this is practice, so I have to get used to this and everything, right? Okay. So, but when it comes to talking about the Japanese basil, I thought I had saved about 2 weeks ago or so. I thought that it was going to die. Okay, it was going to die, but fortunately, it came to life and it's growing more and more. And I want to explain something like this in English. And so I was thinking of buying a camera, small camera, that I can place around here, okay? So that I can do things and I can videotape what I'm doing, like cooking, and while explaining what I'm doing in English. And I think it can be good for my practice. And I checked what kind of camera they would be, and I found one very good one, but it's pretty expensive, like 50,000 yen or so, and it's very small and light, so you can place anywhere on your body, like your mic. Okay, your mic is very light, right? um, so I was just thinking about that. um, that's one of the things that I'm thinking of starting from now. They don't look very realistic now, but the more I begin to think about it all day long, the more they I can make them, the more realistic they can become. So still, everything is still up in the air, but some of the things are going to be more and more realistic, and eventually I'll start doing some of the things on this channel. Okay, I really hope so, though. Okay, now it's the time for me to go. All right, I feel dizzy and I need to rest. Okay, all right, and anything else? Okay, so I really hope that you have a wonderful week, the rest of your week. Okay, I'll see you soon. Okay, peace out. Okay, peace out. Bye bye.